Welcome to Fresno State's Lyles College of Engineering. My name is Rich Partita, recruitment counselor here at Fresno State under the Department of Admissions and Recruitment. My email is rpartita@csufresno.edu. Our phone number here is 559-278-2048. Okay. Again, agenda for this presentation. Okay, we already went through the introduction. We're going to have some Pride of the Valley video, some Fresno State campus information, Lyles College of Engineering, accreditation, student services, research and internships, admissions requirements, academic programs, Bulldog success, and important dates. All right. So I'm going to start off the presentation with kind of a popular video that we do show, Pride of the Valley. It's an athletic video, but it kind of gets people fired up, and it kind of goes over the pride and the people and the student body and some of the excitement we do have here at Fresno State.
Take a look around this great land. There's a movement happening here. It's growing each day. You can feel it building from within us. The spirit of a bulldog, far too powerful to contain. It's empowering our communities and igniting an entire region. The valley shapes us, but our commitment to each other defines us. We've given so others can grow. We tilled, so now we harvest. Our hard work has led us here, all of us, continually striving, aspiring, building for this moment. And now, the time has come to let it be known. From our green fields, the red wave rises. Arm in arm, we boldly march forward, prepared for what lies ahead. Unified by our purpose, we proudly proclaim, the sleeping giant has awakened. There's a movement happening here. You can feel it. The spirit of a bulldog unleashing the pride of the valley.
Okay, so Fresno state is located in the central part of California, as you all know. We are also the fifth most populated city in California, and built in one of the richest agricultural valleys on the planet. Kind of tells you a little bit about our campus as far as how many students we do have. Okay. All right. And a little bit of demographics and the students that do attend Fresno State. And you will see that the majority of our students come from the local area. So here's some notable rankings. Okay, so the one we're proud of all these rankings, but you'll see up here in the top that they were third in public universities for graduation rate performance, which we are very proud of. So a spotlight here is this Linda and Stuart Resnick Student Union. Okay, that should be hopefully completed by fall 2021 or spring 2022. So we're shooting for fall 2021. Hopefully that does get completed by that time, but it'll be a great place for the new students to hang out. Okay. So here's a video going over the academic programs we do have under the Lyles College of Engineering. So sit back and enjoy.
No profession unleashes the spirit of innovation like engineering. From research to real-world applications, engineers constantly discover how to improve our lives by creating bold new solutions that connect science to life in unexpected, forward-thinking ways. Fresno State has been offering engineering courses and programs since 1922. As the oldest publicly supported comprehensive college in the San Joaquin Valley, the Lyles College of Engineering has developed the best and brightest to meet the needs of society. Nearly 7,000 students have earned degrees in engineering and construction management from Fresno State. Today, the Lyles College of Engineering offers high-quality, nationally accredited undergraduate degree programs in civil, electrical, computer, mechanical engineering, and construction management. Their geomatics engineering program is the only one of its kind in California. Students can pursue graduate education in the areas of civil, computer, electrical, and mechanical engineering, and water resources and environmental engineering. Lyles College students have extensive opportunities for internships, research projects, and service learning. Student chapters of professional and honor societies provide professional development opportunities for our students and also provide them with avenues for networking with industry professionals and fellow students. Proud Bulldog graduates of the Lyles College of Engineering include astronauts, CEOs, presidents, Fortune 500 executives, innovators, business owners, and designers, as well as leaders in all levels of public service. The Lyles College of Engineering is just another example of what makes the campus of Fresno State so bold.
Okay. So again, I'm going to point out the new programs we have for 2020. Okay, we have to have a bachelor's degree in architectural studies and a master's degree in construction management. Okay. So here are the 7 different departments we do have here at Fresno State under the Lyles College of Engineering. So we have architectural studies, construction management, and civil, computer, electrical, geomatics, and mechanical engineering. Dr. Ram Nuda is the dean, and Dr. Jesus Dorade is the associate dean. Okay, and so we admitted 1,224 students this past fall. Okay, and 406 actually end up enrolling out of those 1,224. So we're going to try and get this number up higher this year. Okay? So all our programs under the Lyles College of Engineering are accredited, okay, which means you can be a licensed construction manager or a licensed engineer, okay, because you come from an accredited institution. All right. So our programs emphasize design and research, hands-on learning, laboratory experiences, team-based activities, student clubs and organizations, leadership and service, and our graduates are well prepared for careers in industry and graduate school. Okay. Again, here are the programs we do have at Fresno State. You can kind of look at what you can do under the Lyles College of Engineering. And some students will actually minor in construction management, computer engineering, entrepreneurship, math, and physics. Okay. So here's some of our faculty expertise. All right. And right here, I want to say we secured $8.2 million in external funding for our programs as well. Okay. So Hernan Maldonado is a director of Pathways and Student Services. What he does is that he sets up the first year engineering experience. He does academic workshops. He also gets together a mentoring program for our students, leadership development, and then he'll put on workshops on how to create your resume, how to interview, and he actually schedules industry visits to come to Fresno State. Okay. And again, here's some information on some internships. Okay. And again, some companies that do give internships to a lot of our students here at Fresno State. Okay. So here's some admissions requirements to get into Fresno State. So you have to have a minimum of 2.5. We are not taking the SAT or ACT this semester. All right. So again, but for engineering, 2.5 is not actually going to do it. You need to be above 3.0. Okay. And again, here's a slide is the kind of calculating your admission score. So you do have to complete the A through G requirements as well. Okay. So our newest program is architectural studies. It used to be under construction management as a special major, but now it's its own major, and it's been very, very popular. That I've seen the numbers of the people who've been applying for fall 2021. Okay, and it is very, very promising because we have a lot of people interested in applying to this program. Okay, So civil engineering is to be the first video. So we have a lot of labs in civil. You can break concrete, you get stress of structures, you do some water research, different things, but also a seismic lab, which is huge because not too many universities have this lab on campus, and we are very, very fortunate to have this lab. So here's an example of the seismic lab here at Fresno State.
One of our main responsibilities, especially as a structural engineering faculty, is to do seismic related research. We are very curious to understand the seismic performance of the structures, and the machine that we need to do these type of testing is called the shake table. We usually don't have like too many of these tables in the country, but we are lucky enough to own one here at Fresno State.
Research isn't useful if you can't simulate the real world. You can get all the data you want, but if it's not accurate or similar to the area you're looking at, it doesn't really help anything.
So that's a very good opportunity for our students to understand more, to come to the lab, to get their hands dirty in the lab, and then learn more of what they actually, what I taught before in the class. Here they actually come here and then try to make the actual test specimen. They have sensors here to actually measure and record those responses and compare with the simulations. And this is a perfect experience for them to better understand the seismic response.
Okay. So computer engineering is a popular program, and sometimes computer engineering and electrical are combined. So here's an instructor kind of going over uh, some kind of space information and what they do with modules and different things going to Mars and different planets.
My name is Peter Kinman. I am a research associate in the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering here at Fresno State. I've been here for 7 years. My research is work for NASA, funded through the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL, which is located in Pasadena, California. That NASA center is responsible for the unmanned spacecraft which are sent to explore the planets. For example, the recent series of Mars explorers, like Curiosity, Spirit, and Opportunity, those are all missions sponsored by the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. JPL also maintains a site of tracking stations around the world that perform radio communications with these spacecraft. The spacecraft are not designed to return home, and they're robotic, they don't need to return home. So all the scientific data that returns from these missions comes through radio links. And the commands to the spacecraft telling them what to do next goes through radio links. By the way, I'll say a little bit about the Deep Space Network. The 3 sites are Goldstone, California, that's out in the Mojave Desert, northeast of Barstow, California. A second site is near Madrid, Spain, about 30 kilometers west of Madrid. And the final site is in the southern hemisphere, just outside of Canberra, Australia. My work is on the DSN end. That's the Deep Space Network, the network of 3 sites around the world where we track the spacecraft. That's where the transmitter on the ground sends a signal to the spacecraft echoes it, and it's received back in the ground. The time in which the signal was in flight is recorded very, very accurately to an accuracy of a few nanoseconds. That's 10 to the minus 9 seconds. And from that, they can deduce the range to the spacecraft, the distance to the spacecraft. And this is one technique they use for getting the spacecraft to where it's supposed to go, which is very important because if you've got a spacecraft that's supposed to land on the surface of Mars, for example, you have to get it to very close to the right place in order for it to drop down to the surface. If it doesn't get to the right place, it may overshoot Mars and keep going out. If it comes in too fast, it could hit the surface hard and be destroyed. So radio navigation is absolutely essential.
Okay. So under the Lyles College of Engineering, we have construction management. Okay. So this are for students that want to schedule a schedule a build. They work for a builder and they kind of schedule the trades and different things. So they manage the building, how it's built, and when it gets completed. And here's a program of how to help students figure out how much things cost and how to build how to organize a build.
This is CM170. It's a senior level construction management course. The objective of the course is to simulate a construction project and to allow students to not only to get hands-on experience building the project, but also managing the project, which is the primary focus, is to learn those core management skills. It is a tablet class, the Discovery class, and we use the tablets on the project to help the students manage the work. And that is everything from managing the safety aspects to the project management aspects, and even to managing the plans or the documents that we build off of. There are 3 primary industry apps that we use in this class. And the first one is called Procore. It's actually a web-based project management platform, and they have a tablet version that allows the students to gather data in the field and then present that in a meaningful manner. And the reason that it's effective in this class is, as I stated before, the primary objective of the class is to manage the project. Primarily, we would have done that on paper or on a computer platform. By having the tablet in the field, we're able to use the tablet to gather all that data and have it in one place. It's also a platform that's prevalent throughout the construction industry, so it's one that they could see when they go to their first job. The second app is called PlanGrid, and it's a platform in which students can gather up all of their drawings and have them in one location on their tablet. This actually is very popular throughout the construction industry. Many of the students worked with it on their internship over the summer, and they were excited to come to the class and then use it again in the class and become more proficient with it. And then the final app that we use is SiteDocs, and the primary purpose of SiteDocs is to manage all the safety documentation for the project. Since this is an actual lab environment in which students are working, safety is of paramount importance, and we want to make sure that they understand what not only the safety regulations are, but also how to document and track those safety regulations. And SiteDocs is an app that allows us to do that in a manner that's easy and effective.
Well, as a superintendent, you have to know how the structure is being built. So we use our tablet through PlanGrid, and we have all our blueprints and all our measurements. So when we know we need to know the size of a wall, the size of a window, we go back to our tablets and we get to the plans, and we can make our measurements off of our blueprints instead of having, you know, a whole set of blueprints out here in the field.
Using SiteDocs in our lab has been very useful because we're able to know if somebody's not wearing the proper PPE or if there's a safety hazard like cables when we're doing drilling or when Kevin's cutting the measurements that we give him. So using SiteDocs I personally like it because we're able to take pictures and document them in our group, and then as the week goes by we see what's wrong and improve it for the next week.
Coming out of school with some hands-on experience, even if it's just some sheds, you get to see different aspects of construction, like ordering materials that normally you wouldn't see until you get out in the field. We use the app called Procore, which we use to submit payments, make sure all the materials arrived on time, what materials did, coordinate with the trades and whatnot. Overall, I mean, using the tablets really helped out, using project docs and all the other apps associated with it.
My experience in Fresno State construction management has definitely been the best experience in college. The professors are able to, they're accessible. You know them by name and they know you by name. We're able to do hands-on activities. We learn things that we actually apply in our field, and overall it's just been a great experience.
Okay. Excuse me. So another program we have here at Fresno State, electrical engineering, and here's a video that explains what we actually do in electrical engineering.
These tiny flying machines are the future of agriculture, and Fresno State's Lyles College of Engineering is on the forefront of research in developing unmanned aerial vehicles. That means students get real-world, hands-on experience with the latest technology, which is pretty exciting. This is called a hexacopter because of its 6 blades, and it's different from a drone because you can program it so you don't have to have a person with a remote control.
Currently, we just have a new grant. It's Fresno State in cooperation with UC Merced and Merced County Cooperative Extension. And so we're working with regional farmers, and we'll be flying in Merced County, but then we're also making contacts down here in Fresno County as well. And if local farmers are potentially interested, we would love to be able to get contact with them, because we're interested in gathering some local data as well, so we can do comparisons kind of across the Valley of California. We do a lot of lab work that becomes real life engineering that you can't really teach in the classroom. So the students really enjoy it because they feel like they're getting hands-on practical engineering skills that can then translate into a job.
This type of collaboration between engineering and agricultural research is pretty exciting here at Fresno State and should only increase in the future as the new Jordan Research Center opens and houses mathematics, science, engineering, and agriculture all under one roof.
Okay. So geomatics engineering is how I kind of explain it. It's kind of Google Earth. It's one of the programs we're trying to build here at Fresno State. We do not have enough graduates for the job market. So our students, as soon as they graduate in geomatics, they have a job right away. So it's one of those things. I think I usually tell students they have all the toys. Okay, so if you like video games and look at LiDAR, Google Earth, like I said earlier, geomatics might be for you. And so this is a program we're trying to build, and we're one of the only programs here in the state that has a geomatics program. So here's a video kind of explaining what they actually do in geomatics.
3D holographic technology is within reach of Fresno State students. The Lyles College of Engineering lab has begun to use C-Space, technology that allows human-computer interaction. By putting on 3D glasses, students and faculty interact and manipulate the 3D models. Professor Mungi says having the Geomatic program is a unique opportunity for any college in the nation, and Fresno State will gain a lot by having access to it.
The emphasis with the students is to get the knowledge and the know-how how to make these three-dimensional. So we are not only interested in the beautiful pictures or the beautiful objects, what we see, but how to make them.
Each computer is worth $25,000 and was funded by private donations. Students say they want to be able to edit and analyze the accuracy of measurements, not just observe the 3D model.
It's really just a way for us to visualize better the measurements and the work that we do, and hopefully also be able to, we don't only want it to be visual, we want to be able to actually edit, manipulate, and maybe analyze some of the data.
Mungi says after a year and a half of setting up, the lab is still not completely done. C-Space is available for upper division geomatic engineering students. Jocelyn Gallardo, the collegian at Fresno State.
Okay, so mechanical, probably our most popular engineering program here at Fresno State. Again, this is a video that you'll see combines computer engineering, electrical engineers, and of course mechanical engineering. So some students will say, I want to go into aerospace engineering, okay, which we don't have here at Fresno State, but uh, students, you'll go into mechanical engineering because an aircraft is a mechanical object. So here's a video to show you what we actually do here at Fresno State.
At Fresno State, we have a department we're trying to put together called Mechatronics, and it's a joint effort between mechanical engineers and electrical engineers, and is funded by Edwards Air Force Base. And so what they want to do is they want to develop a hiring pool at Fresno State. They want to teach engineers a little bit about aerospace, and there is no aerospace department at Fresno State. So this is kind of a joint effort to get that kind of department going. We've developed this for military, but there is likely a number of solutions for these kind of drone planes. And one of them is doing survey for farmers. We can see as your crop grows, we can see the dry spots. We can give you information in real time about what's going on from a bird's eye view. The complexity here is fairly high, and it is because of the joint effort between mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, computer engineers, and we even got a few other departments involved. There's some computer science and maybe in the future some mathematics. Basically, it flies around, it loiters around an area and watches the ground for you. And we can give it a target theoretically anywhere in the world, and it could start pointing at that target. So as long as the plane's within a camera shot, it should be able to look at that known GPS location that you could, go to Google Maps, look up the latitude, longitude, and enter that into our system, and our camera will start watching. We have electric engine. It's run by two 10-cell LiPo packs. So they're the LiPo batteries similar to what's in your laptop. So they're very high density energy. So, in this whole space right here runs our entire propulsion. And this thing at 30 pounds can take off and pretty much go vertical right away. It's not a plane meant to do tricks, but it can take off with that kind of power. Underneath, stowed away under here, is the gimbal, which is the motorized, it's a camera on the motorized system. So we got one motor that can spin this way, one motor that can spin this way, and with that we can look at anywhere in the lower hemisphere of the plane. Back here is the way we communicate with the plane from the ground. So we have the ground station talks through a Wi-Fi router. Over on our trailer we have a big antenna, and they talk to each other through 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi router, just like you have in your house. On the, we have the ability to fly the plane manually, and that's how we'll take off, is under the control. Jason Cook is our pilot, and he'll take off, he'll manually control the plane to take off, and then we'll get up to a point, we'll begin to loiter around, and we'll ask the plane to go in its own autonomous mode. And it'll start trying to fly its own path that we've already pre-designed to have it just go in an oval above the target. So in the trailer you'll see we have the camera that we use to point at the target, and the camera for a forward view, like what the pilot would see. It's all funded by Edwards Air Force and the Lyles College of Engineering at Fresno State.
Okay, so new for fall 2022. Okay, we're going to start our first group of students in biomedical engineering. Okay, so that's coming up for fall 2022. Okay, so in the College of Engineering, we have our own advising center as well. Lucia is our advisor, and it's mandatory every semester that you do see her to make sure you're in the right path and taking the right classes. So she'll put together a degree plan, roadmaps, go over financial aid, all kinds of information that you'll need and to continue your success academically. Okay. Again, here's 10 reasons to consider Fresno State. Okay, you can kind of read through those. I'll leave those up here on the screen for a little bit. All right. And again, to the left, you have our Lyles brochure. Okay, all the different programs. So again, it's a great program right here in the Central Valley, and there's a lot of opportunities once you do graduate. Okay, Here's our alumni at work. You can kind of see all the companies that we do, that our alumni do work, our graduates do work at. Okay, so again, they're astronauts, they're pilots, they work for big companies. So again, I can go on and on to the different companies that do come to Fresno State and recruit our graduates. Okay, so here's some Bulldog success. Again, here's some of the companies, and I'm going to show you a club that we do have for Fresno State students.
Fresno State is mostly known for its agricultural department and football team. Now there is a club that is looking to change all of that. John Dix shows us that even though this club has only been around for a year, it is quickly gaining speed.
Part of the college experience is being able to take concepts that you have learned and apply them in the real world. These students are doing just that. From design to construction, they are doing it all. Last year, Bulldog Racing competed in a Baja race with the Society of Automotive Engineers at the University of Texas in El Paso. Bulldog Racing took 35th place out of over 100 schools from around the world. Many schools didn't even cross the finish line. Not bad for a group of students that never participated in a Baja race before.
The camaraderie between the teams there was just intense. I was really just thrown by that because everybody's competing, but then it's such a difficult experience that everybody kind of gets along and tries to help each other anyway because it is so challenging.
Challenging not just for the designers, but for the drivers as well.
There were so many rocks, it was so rough. When I got done racing, I had a bruise about that big on my back from just rubbing against the seat. My knees had been slamming against the steering wheel on the side, and it was a painful, brutal experience.
An experience that he hopes to have again next year. Now they are working on designing a formula car for next year's race. They have until next June to finish. That is when they will travel to Lincoln, Nebraska to compete in the formula racing event, where they hope to do better. Though most of the members of Bulldog Racing are engineer students, all majors are welcome.
Even if you're not a mechanical engineering major, it's definitely a good thing to get into. It's a lot of fun. You learn a lot. If you are mechanical engineering, you get kind of ahead in your classes. It kind of helps you learn at a bit quicker pace. Going to class afterwards kind of makes it easier.
They need all kinds of members, so don't join just to be the driver. Not just anyone can drive this. First, you have to go to the Fresno State website, you have to take a 2-hour-long defensive driving course, print out this certificate, sign it, and then you're ready to go. Which is something I wish I knew yesterday before I decided to do this. Now, I only get to pretend. John Dix, Fresno State Focus.
Fresno.
Okay, so here's the financial aid and scholarships information. Okay, so again, you'll see fees and tuition. Okay, you cut that in half, so divide that by 2, and it comes about by $3,200. So it is cheaper than most, with a kind of cheaper tuition than any other CSU in the state. Again, we awarded over 1,000 scholarships, totaling $3.8 million. But financially, these scholarships are very, very competitive. We also awarded financial aid to 70% of our students, totaling $250 million. Okay. All right. And here's some comparisons of tuition costs. And the one thing students do forget about how much housing is. Okay. So so again, if you want to go to San Luis Obispo, this is per student. Okay. So it kind of gives you the housing, how much it's going to cost. Okay. You can kind of see tuition's all pretty similar. We're the cheapest. Okay. And then this housing over here to the left, these are only for Fresno State. You have our dorms, which is our Fresno State housing. Then you have Palazzo, University Village, Topanga Ridge, Avery, and Copper Beach. And those are for Fresno State students, okay? Even though we don't own them, but they're not for anybody to live. They have to be a student at Fresno State, okay? Here's some next steps, okay, how things happen. Again, if you do apply to Fresno State under the Lyles College of Engineering, you'll get emails from me on a continual basis. So you won't miss any deadlines or any document that you need. Okay. All right. So here's kind of a first-time freshman timeline, when things happen. All right. And then here are the important dates. So the admissions to apply is from October 1st to December 4th. Okay, so February 1st, your documents is a document deadline. Then March 15th to May 1st is when you have to accept or decline your admissions. And again, June, July is dog days, and your final transcript has to be in by June 30th. Okay. And again, here's my information to get in touch with me. So if anything during this presentation you might need clarification on, or you want more information, feel free to reach out and email me at rpartita@csufresno.edu. Okay. And I'm going to leave you with one last video. Thank you for your attention during this presentation. And again, thank you very much. And again, here's my information here in the bottom if you need to reach out and get a hold of me.
They say beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. And we get it. There's not a lot of love given to the Valley, and it's definitely not for everyone. But still, Fresno, this place has its own vibe, culture, and energy that can't be replicated, only felt. Like, how can you overlook the beauty that makes up this valley? Like this, or that, or even this. This is our element. And sure, the summers may get hot here, but that's only a few months out of the year. And the answer to beating the heat is literally all around us. Like this, or even this. I mean, really, just pick a direction and go. Yes, you must work for what you want. That's what makes us who we are. You must have perseverance. You have to see challenges as adventures, even when they're steep. Not be afraid to dive in. You gotta have a different mindset out here to thrive. If you're looking for something that's authentic, that's real, something that you can feel and that you're willing to work for, then maybe we have it. Like we said, the Valley isn't for everyone, and we can't change that. The beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. So the question is, what do you see?
Again, thank you and hope to talk to you soon.